Hello and welcome. In this question, we are required to calculate the value of the inclined force P when the block is just on the point of sliding. So the first thing we need to do is draw our forces. So we need a free body diagram. So we've got our weight force, which is going directly downwards, 23 kilograms. Convert that to a weight force, which is 23 times 10, and that's 230 newtons. Then we have a normal force, which is perpendicular to the surface. Now we are dragging this box to the right, so our frictional force will act in the opposite direction, and that's to the left. Let's call that FF. Okay, and we've got a P force here, which we need to break down into its X and Y components. So there's my P. So I start from the tail, go to the right, and I go up towards the head. There's my right angle, there's 30 degrees. I want to find what my Px is and what my Py is. Now my Px, use cos, so cos 30, because adjacent over hypotenuse equals Px over P. So my Px is equal to P cos 30. Similarly, my Py will equal to P sine 30. Okay, now that I've got that, I can now use my two key equations. Now, sum of forces in the x direction is equal to 0. I'm going to take the right as positive. So we've got the frictional force, which is acting towards the left, so it's negative frictional force, plus P cos 30, since it's acting towards the right, and that's equal to 0. Now I can replace the frictional force with its equation. If you look into the formula sheet, you'll find that the frictional force is equal to the coefficient of friction times the normal force. So we have minus coefficient of friction times the normal force plus P cos 30 is equal to 0. The coefficient of friction is 0.4, so minus 0.4 n plus P cos 30 equals 0. So that's my first equation. Now the second equation is sum of forces in the y direction is equal to 0, and I'm taking up as positive. So I've got 230 acting downwards, so that's minus 230 plus the normal force, it's acting up, and plus the y component of P, which is P sine 30 equals to 0. Here I'm going to make n the subject, so I'm going to keep n on the left and move everything to the right. So we have 230 minus P sine 30. And that's my second equation. Okay, so now we substitute our n equation into this equation here. So we have minus 0.4, substitute n, 230 minus P sine 30 plus P cos 30 equals 0. Expand the brackets and you get minus 92 plus 0.4 P sine 30 plus P cos 30 equals to 0. Now I want to move the 92 to the other side so I can keep P's on one side and that number on the other side. So now I'm left with 0.4 P sine 30 plus P cos 30 equal to 92. Now factorize the P, so we take the P's out and we get 0.4 sine 30 plus cos 30 equals 92. Now I want to make P the subject, so I do 92 divided by the thing in the brackets. So P is equal to 92 over 0.4 sine 30 plus cos 30. Plug that into the calculator and you get 86.3 newtons. And that's your answer.